How does a footballer go from being hailed as the best number 10 in the world, praised by Ronaldo, coached by Mourinho, and adored globally, to being frozen out, booed by fans, and forced into early retirement under the shadow of political scandal? This is the story of Mesut Özil, a ghost on the pitch, a genius with the ball, and a paradox off it. Before the lights of the Bernabeu and the Emirates, Özil's journey began in Gelsenkirchen, Germany, born to Turkish immigrants. In a country where integration was a political topic, Özil used football as a form of self-expression. After progressing through Schalke 04's youth ranks, his technical flair and vision stood out, but conflicts with management led to an early exit. At Werder Bremen, Özil found his canvas. Operating in midfield, his ability to split defenses with single passes made him the creative axis of the team. In 2009, he lifted the DFB Pokal, and soon the world took notice. But it was South Africa 2010 where everything changed. In a Germany team that was youthful, multicultural, and dynamic, Özil was the heartbeat. His assist against England, his composure against Argentina, and a wonder goal against Ghana elevated him to superstardom. He wasn't just a player. He was redefining what it meant to be a playmaker. By the end of the tournament, the question wasn't if he'd be signed by a European giant, but who would get him. Signed by Real Madrid in August 2010, Özil stepped into one of the most pressurized football environments on earth. But instead of sinking, he soared. Under Jose Mourinho, he became the most prolific assister in La Liga for 3 straight seasons. He thrived in a star-studded lineup: Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Angel Di Maria. But Özil made it all click. His assists weren't simple passes. They were surgical, often unseen until the very moment he executed them. His understanding with Ronaldo became legendary. As Ronaldo once admitted, Özil made the most difficult things look easy. He was the player I most enjoyed playing with. Even Mourinho, a tactical realist, called him the best number 10 in the world. There is no copy of him, not even a bad one. This was prime Özil, a ghost in motion, gliding between lines, making football look effortless. But ghosts by nature are fleeting. In 2013, in a shocking move, Özil joined Arsenal for a then club record £42.5 million.
Closing, and Arsenal have pulled off the signing of Mesut Özil. A 5-year contract was put on the table to him. He has signed that. Mesut Özil is now going to be playing in the Premier League for Arsenal.
The Premier League had never seen a player quite like him. An elegant conductor in a world that prized speed and strength. His arrival rejuvenated Arsenal. That same season, he helped end their 9-year trophy drought by winning the FA Cup. But it was 2015-16 that truly defined his Arsenal legacy. 19 assists in the Premier League, over 140 chances created, the most in a single EPL season to this day, and a dominant presence in nearly every attacking phase. He became the darling of the Emirates, the man who made Arsenal believe again. But as football changed, so did the expectations. The rise of high-pressing systems, Guardiola's positional play, Klopp's gegenpressing, Tuchel's compact structures, required even attacking players to run tirelessly, press relentlessly, and defend as much as they created. This wasn't Özil. His style, once described as elegant minimalism, became interpreted as lazy and ineffective. Critics argued he drifted in games. Fans grew frustrated by his body language. Media narratives shifted from praising his assists to questioning his passion. In 2018, after a standoff with the club, Özil signed a mammoth £350,000 a week contract, one of the highest in Premier League history. It was meant to secure his Arsenal legacy. Instead, it accelerated his downfall. Form dipped, injuries mounted. New managers like Unai Emery and later Mikel Arteta preferred more dynamic midfielders. Özil found himself benched, eventually excluded altogether. His high wages made him difficult to sell. His presence divided fans. He became football's most expensive ghost. Then came the most controversial chapter of his career. In 2018, Özil posed for a photo with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, just weeks before the World Cup. In Germany, this sparked a political and cultural storm. Critics accused him of endorsing authoritarianism. Others questioned his loyalty to the German team. After Germany's humiliating World Cup exit, Özil became the scapegoat. In a powerful, emotional statement, he retired from international football, saying, "I am German when we win, but I am an immigrant when we lose." He accused the German FA of racism and double standards. The fallout was brutal. Media attacks, public outrage, and a fractured relationship with a nation he had once proudly represented. Özil's final years saw short, uneventful spells at Fenerbahçe and Başakşehir, riddled with injuries and off-field issues. By the time he officially retired in 2023, the footballing world had already moved on. But those who remember magic. So, just how good was Mesut Özil? At his peak, he was untouchable, a master craftsman in a world of blunt instruments. He didn't overpower defenders. He made them irrelevant. He didn't scream for attention. He whispered through passes only he could see. Yet his decline reminds us of how cruel modern football can be to artists. Özil was a player from another time, when the number 10 ruled the pitch, and beauty still held value over physicality. His story is one of brilliance and betrayal, elegance and exile, genius and ghostiness. And perhaps that's what makes him unforgettable. If you witnessed Mesut Özil in his prime, consider yourself lucky. Because in a world that demands speed, strength, and sacrifice, he gave us grace.